Huh?
That won't be heard. It won't be heard.
None of that will be
It's
heard.
cut out the first 42 seconds.
Unless there's something that I feel like is worth it.
It's like having Jesse.
Let's get it.
Jesse hasn't pulled the microphone down like that yet. So
Master of noise.
at Tanagra.
Please tell me that's on video. Did you get that on video?
On video?
Yes! Yes!
Yeah, maybe. At Tanagra, when the walls fell. This is Dan Owings coming at you another time for Lauer Road Radio with my co-host, as always, Jason.
Yeah.
Preston is the czar of information. He's here today. Stella is on the ones and zeros. Jesse is we assume he's doing what he does, but he's not doing it here.
Yeah.
But turns out we have somebody else that does some of the things that Jesse does. A-Aron, the master of noise, is here. He is the master of noise, and whenever he's here, he's like the black guy from the Police Academy movies, you know. And and he's here, and he farted into the microphone.
If somebody didn't know who that guy was, that would just be racist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if you know who he is,
Surface level, that was a super racist thing you
the
just
black
said.
guy from Police Academy.
it's just the only black guy, I guess, in the whole movie. Or
I
something.
mean, you knew what I was talking about.
Yeah, but it's like, the Jew from Monty Python.
I don't know if he's a Jew. He'd probably be he'd have to be a convert, I think.
With the black guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, black guys and Jews, there's some Ethiopians.
Rod Carew.
He converted.
If you don't know Adam Sandler, then all right, Jason, how you doing today?
I'm doing good.
You're doing good.
Yeah, guy.
Doing
yeah,
good. Doing good.
Doing well.
Okay.
As the homies say.
So let's get straight into it. Preston texted us earlier today and said he was going to bring some snacks.
Yes,
to the
I'm
show.
excited.
Snacky packs.
I was hoping it would be. I was cautiously optimistic, maybe even slightly pessimistic, because I've not eaten sweets, donuts, cookies, ice cream. It's been months now, and I'm going to keep that streak going. And so he brought Oreos and blue milk, and I thought maybe I could drink the blue milk. And then I looked at it, and there's more sugar in the blue. I'd be better to eat a whole sleeve of Oreos than a cup of that milk.
Well, you have the opportunity to do that tonight.
Yeah,
if you want.
I could do both or either of those things. So it's Star Wars milk. If you know, you know. If you don't, then you don't.
It literally says low-fat milk and liquid sugar.
Yeah.
Those are the ingredients.
The two ingredients: low-fat milk.
Liquid sugar.
and blue food coloring.
Yeah. So there it is. Jason, do you want to try some? Or
Yes. Yeah. Get that
Okay.
stuff over here.
All right, I'm going to get it.
Okay. So we got, is those double stuffed?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna need both of that.
Okay, question.
Yeah.
Double stuff or thin mint? Or not
Ooh.
thin, but the mint kind.
Take what you want.
Just the whole sleeve. Whole
Just-
container.
It portioned it out into threes because Dan can't eat it. There's one for Dan, or one for Jason, one for me.
Why don't you want to use the clear cup?
Hold on, let me look.
It's fine.
No, there's like floaties in there. Look,
How could there be floaties if there was no liquid in there?
now you're
You won't see it
Are
because
you
it's
gonna?
blue.
Oh, it's like paint. Look at it. It's like pulling up on the side.
Why was
you
it
get some-
chunky?
you got to try some too. Yeah,
Little bit.
try-
Little
there
bit.
you
Little
go.
bit. There you go. There you go.
I'm not going to do more than that.
Preston-
Now there are
Preston's
floaties.
Just straight drinking.
This is like, it looks like a milkshake. Look how thick that is.
It looks
Are
disgusting.
you going to dip the Oreo? Just go for
Well,
it.
I'm going to eat an Oreo, and then I'm going to take a drink, and then I'm going to dip an Oreo.
Dipping Oreos, I feel like, is overrated. So, all right. It smells... It smells like...
Fresh from the teat.
It smells like a... It smells like a Toys R Us in 1985. That's what it smells like. Smell it and think that. Toys R Us 1985.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know what they were doing in Toys R Us in 1985. Master of Noise eating an Oreo. It tastes like a milkshake. It's extremely sweet. It tastes like a vanilla milkshake. That's exactly what it tastes like.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very sweet.
It's so sweet. I'm not going to drink anymore. So there it is. Thank you, Preston, for bringing something that I'm not going to eat. or
Just for you,
drink.
buddy.
This is the special
The
Mount
ironic thing
Rushmore
is,
cup.
if you brought a pizza, I'd have eaten the whole thing. That's the kind of thing I'm doing right now.
Wait,
So
is the marathon this week?
the marathon is 2 days away. It is Saturday. I'm going to run 13.1 miles, hopefully beat as many fat people as I can.
He's carb loading right now.
I've switched to last couple of days mostly rice and staying away from greasy foods because that kind of like messes you up on a run. Obviously, no sugar, and so I've been doing pretty good. I'm hopefully I've only run a little bit this week. I'm supposed to take it super easy. I'm going to run like 2 miles, soft miles tomorrow, and then Saturday morning I'm going to wake up and run 13.1 miles.
Have you run 13.1 miles up to now?
10 is the furthest I've gone.
And what happened when you and I ran 10 miles?
Well, when you and I ran 10 miles, that was in the fall. That was before I was in as good a shape as I am now, which is not saying much. I understand, but still, we almost died.
We were doing so great until about that 9 mile.
About 9 mile, yeah. And then I'm proud to say you saw it before I did though, but you were like, we should stop, and I was like, we can go just up to the next thing, and I was like, maybe we can. If we get to the next thing, maybe we'll break through, push through a barrier. We didn't. There were more barriers that we just kept on hitting. I was like, we need to stop, and then we walked the rest of the way.
Like 2.5 miles.
It was so slow. Every mile, like we started off slow. We're gonna go like we're just going to. We're not in a hurry.
Was fun.
Yeah, but around mile like 6, we hit 13 minutes a mile. 7, 8, 9. Like by the end, our last mile was like 14 and a half minutes. You can walk faster than that. Mm-hmm. So when I ran 10 miles, my average pace I think was 11:15, something like that. So I'm feeling okay about it. So my friend of the show, he doesn't listen, but Carl is the one that signed me up.
How do you become a friend of the show?
You signed me up for a race.
A half marathon without telling you.
Without telling me. He just texted me and said, just so you know, I signed you up for the Cap City Half Marathon.
Although he literally changed your life.
He did literally change my life. And he goes, hey, I'll run with you. And I was like, you know what?
Well, we were figuring it out the other day. If Carl literally gave you an hour head start,
he could beat me.
He would still beat you.
Mm-hmm. He could. Yeah.
Could he run a whole marathon faster than you run a half?
Yeah. Well,
maybe.
No, well,
his pace is around 7:20.
No.
Yeah, and if he's averaging 14,
no, I'm going to average 11 and a half. So
for 13 miles.
Yeah,
sounds like you could do that for 10.
Well,
last 3.
No. The last 3 was in the fall. The other one, my last mile was 11.
But you said you haven't run more than 10 miles.
Yeah, but I ran 10 miles.
You haven't been proven past.
Okay, somebody made you shut up. Somebody smarter than me, who does this sort of thing for a living, created a half marathon training schedule. I have followed it to the T. The week,
except the strength training, which was written on the schedule.
Yeah, I don't do that.
I followed it to the
So
T.
you followed it to like the 5/7.
Yes. Yeah. Instead of a T, it's a 7. I did all of the running that it said. The week that I ran 10 miles, leading up to it, I had already run 5, 6, and 5. So going into it, I was already tired. This week, I won't be tired.
In one day.
But I'm just saying the body needs. Listen. All right, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it at 11:30, and I'll prove it. I have definitive proof.
You need to live stream it.
What am I going to hold it up the whole time?
You strap a GoPro on your chest.
Yeah, like a chest GoPro or like one that's on your head.
I'm not that guy. I'm not doing that. But I'll have.
No, you need like the Ghost Hunter style where it's like the arm that goes out and it films you as you're running.
My hope is, because there'll be an 11:30 pace group, is what I'm told. That I'll just get with the 11:30 pace group.
All the grandmas.
I know. That I'll get with that 11:30.
You're looking for the gray hairs.
Yeah, the gray hairs and the fat guys, and the dudes with like, they like bring their insulin with them,
They're sweating before the race starts. It's 8 in the morning.
Just wiping off a donut. Yeah, even I can do this. So,
did you guys know Taco Bell's breakfast?
So even they don't even know it's a race. They're just running to Taco Bell.
Taco Bell breakfast.
There actually is a bunch of unhealthy food at the finish.
Yeah, at the finish line, there's a ton of unhealthy food and alcohol and all. I can't
sign me up.
Anyway, I'm going to stay with that group. And at like when I have like a mile and a half or maybe 2 to go, if I'm feeling it, I'm going to push it harder and try to, do my last couple miles as my fastest.
You should just focus on finishing.
Yeah, I'm going to focus on finishing. And once I know I can finish, then I'm going to give the rest of what I have. And then next year, I'm going to do the race again. And I'll do it at like 10 and a half minutes. And then I'll get better. But, you got to start somewhere. So
that's what they say.
I'm doing it,
You won't do it.
I have been very nervous that something's going to mess it up all week long. I've been just very like walking very easily, don't want to twist an ankle. I mean, I've done a lot to get to this point other than strength training. I'm not doing that. But other than strength training, I've done a lot to get to this point. The first day I did strength training. It wanted me to do it every Friday. And the next one, Eric was like, you going to do that today? I was like, maybe later. And then later never happened. And then I looked back on last week, the next week, and I was like, I can do it last week, and I'm doing just fine. And then just every single week, I cross off the day except for Friday. Friday's wide open all the way down. So whatever. It's happening this weekend. I'm going to do it. I will have, you want to predict my mile pace? It'll be irrefutable because apparently the number has like a magnetic strip.
Yeah. Okay.
That's gonna,
Yeah, sync up. I was gonna say 13:20.
Average?
Yeah.
No, I think he'll be like 12:04.
Okay. All right.
Here's my thing.
Okay.
You've not run more than 10 miles.
That's correct.
Okay. You need to run 13.
That's correct.
Okay. A third. That's 33% more.
Okay.
33% more. That's a chunk.
It's not exactly 30. It's less.
No, it's
than
actually
30.
more.
No, it's less than 33, but
Listen.
barely. It's like 31%.
Okay.
more.
Less than 33.
I'm not a mathematician, but basically it's a third.
Okay.
You're running a third more,
And I'll do it.
but you haven't. That's the thing. You could say I will, but it doesn't.
I
mean
literally
you have.
just said I will,
I know, but you haven't.
but I will. And
But-
I'll do it.
I'm not so much like worried if you're going to be able to finish. It's just I think that your pace expectations are
Yes. Yeah.
a little skewed.
Okay, people
Very
don't care
high.
about this. I want to know.
But here's the thing.
Yes.
Here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna run 10 miles at 11 minutes a mile, and then that last 3 miles you're gonna be 18,
All right.
and then that 18 is
hit
gonna
the
bring
wall.
it down to 13.
All right. We'll see. You could be right.
I'm a mathematician.
We
I
don't
know. my
know.
stuff.
You could be right.
Yeah.
But let's move on.
Okay.
People don't care about this. It's like going to somebody's house and they're showing you pictures of their vacation. They don't give a crap. Or like when somebody's explaining a dream that they had to, you're like, oh, nobody cares about this.
You just talk 12 minutes about something I
Write a
don't care
book.
about.
I've got a hot take.
Ooh, I like it.
You ready for this
Yeah.
hot take?
Okay.
My hot take is sick people don't sneeze. Every movie, TV show you ever see, somebody say, oh, I've been sick all week. I just, and then they sneeze. But I sneeze as much as probably a normal person sneezes. When I'm sick, I don't sneeze. I'm stuffed up. Hot take. That was the master of sounds. Master of, what did I say? Noises.
Master
That's
of
better.
noise.
The master of noise.
I was trying to cue it up. And
Oh, okay. Well, master and Padawan. And I noticed this the other day. On every single TV show, they walk in and they're like, nose is red. And they're like, I've been sick all week. I can't come to. Sick people don't sneeze. That's my hot take. And I dare you to refute it.
How often do you sneeze?
Personally?
Yeah.
I had a sneeze last week that was stuck in my nose all week long. All week long, I kept going, oh, here it is. And then it would just go
And
away.
you kind of get it.
So I would say I sneeze once every other day.
Okay.
fact, as a man, your sneezes get louder and louder and louder until you hit 60, and then they taper off.
Okay, that's a fact. Google what's the average. I want to know.
We're not disputing the fact. You don't have to prove it to us.
Yeah.
we understand.
just
I want to know the
way,
average amount of sneezes per person per week or day or whatever.
I think I average 2 a day.
You 2 a day. Man, I would love to sneeze twice a day. I love to sneeze.
Well, when
Nobody likes to sneeze more than I do.
Jeez.
I
4
love
times a day.
What?
4 times a day is the
The
average.
average person
No.
sneezes?
Yes,
No.
about 95% of people sneeze about 4 times a day.
Well, what if there's people like with allergies that sneeze 20 times? That's going to
it's
skew
throwing
the,
it off.
Yeah.
I
Once
make up for
again,
that.
here, hot take. I don't know that allergies make you sneeze. I think allergies stuff you up. They make you, but once you're stuffed up, you don't sneeze.
I don't.
Air has to get, the way the sneeze happens is like air gets to it. But if you're so stuffed up, I don't think that sick people sneeze.
Maybe you don't sneeze.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
I will say this. It's pretty rare to be able to tune into a podcast and hear 10 minutes on sneezing.
Yeah.
I think we're about 4 minutes. So if we,
I got more.
We gotta
if
stop.
we hurry past it, they won't listen to 10 minutes.
Are there,
Yes.
you want to move on?
I'm done.
We can move on. Are there other honchos, or are there only head honchos?
Let's do the Mount Rushmore of honchos.
I think there's only head honchos.
Mike Honcho.
What?
I have no idea where we're going with this.
Head honcho. It's like, hey, that guy's the head honcho. You ever heard somebody say, that's the next honcho, or that's the lower honcho? There's only head honchos.
Lower honcho.
There's only head honchos. That's the only kind of honcho that exists.
Plebe honcho.
Yeah, there's none of that. There's like
The peasant.
There's no
honcho.
peasant honchos. There's only head honchos.
Second best honcho.
What is a honcho? Google that. I want to know what a honcho is.
Not Urban Dictionary.
Being in charge.
Being in charge?
Yeah, which would be the head honcho.
So there's
you could
only
just be
head
a
honcho.
But he's the
No.
head of being in charge?
Wait a minute. Is head honcho the definition? Or
It's
is
just honcho.
honcho?
Yeah.
So honcho means, can you give me any background? Where does that come from? Is it like a foreign
Mexico.
language?
It's Mexico.
No, it's North American.
Well,
Which is
Mexico's a
Mexico.
part of North America.
Honcho's Mexican for sure.
Absolutely.
Muchacho.
Poncho,
Honcho muchacho.
Nacho, poncho, muchacho.
So in other words,
Gordita.
what we've discovered is that head honcho
Yeah,
is repetitive.
it is.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
It's a double.
So-
You're the head of rulers.
That sounds like He-Man.
But nobody says that guy, he's the honcho. Nobody says that. Have you ever heard someone say that?
I'm going to start saying it.
Head honcho.
He's my honcho.
There's only head honchos. There's no other honchos. So we can just shorten it, and we can just say they're honchos. It's just a bug.
There's a gnat right there.
There's a gnat flying around right now.
we have fruit flies in our house, and it's super annoying. I think they like this milk.
So you just have
Oh, look, there's a one in the milk.
I know. I'm
you
telling
won't
you.
drink it.
It's an
You won't drink it.
No, I won't.
He doesn't want to drink out of the cup
No,
anyway.
you're not gonna-
There's an infestation in my house. I don't know how
Maybe
to stop
throw
it.
away the fruit.
Maybe throw away your face. So
Okay.
what do you got?
Giblets writes into the show.
Uh-huh.
He knows we record every Thursday. He says, you can only, this is,
Just so you know, honcho, that whole thing, that was my gold. When I said I got gold tonight, that was the best. I just gave you the best I had.
I thought we were still building up to it.
Well, I got other stuff.
Because a lot of times you say the
Ooh,
gold
I got
thing,
a really good thing.
but the gold is
actually,
last, and you should have brought it first.
Oh, I got another thing about sneezing, actually.
Are we going to do the giblets thing
Yeah,
first?
we'll do the giblets thing. We'll put a pin in that. That I got another hot take on sneezing.
Put a
So we-
plug in that.
Pow, 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 pow. Poo, 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 poo. All right. What does giblets say?
Giblets. This is relevant to the snacks.
Okay.
You can only have one sweet snack for the rest of your life.
Donuts. I miss donuts more than I miss my children when I go on vacation without them.
He gave us choices.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, it's donuts.
His donuts on the list.
It was it's not. But you were quick to answer.
I think about donuts a lot as someone who doesn't eat them anymore.
I love donuts. Donuts might be my favorite thing to eat.
I've thought about this question a lot over the last 5 months. That if you could give me one thing back, it's not Oreos, it's not cookies,
It's donuts.
it's not
You
cake,
think that's
it's not
genetic?
ice cream. I love all of those things.
It probably is. We both like donuts.
It's donuts.
Yeah. Stella told me today at Tim Hortons there was a catastrophe. Someone overnight, when they baked and filled the donuts.
Hot take. Tim Hortons, they don't fry their donuts. They bake them.
Is
It
that true?
it
They
is
bake
hot.
them, right? Yeah,
I
they
mean,
do. bake 'em.
literally.
Yeah, donuts, baked donuts. What the heck is that?
Listen.
Anyway, continue.
I'm not judging Tim Hortons on their donuts.
I'll judge Tim
I like
Hortons.
Tim Hortons donuts.
So do I.
So when they prepared the donuts,
Okay.
you know, at Tim Hortons, the vanilla cream has like the little wiggly line on top.
I know the little wiggly line.
Well, apparently, all the little wiggly lines were filled with Boston cream.
Oh no.
They filled them wrong.
Do you know how furious I would be? If I
After your race, you're like, all I want
finally
is
I
a
get
vanilla
a
cream
donut, and then I get Boston cream, I would be irate.
Like a
As
coconut.
much as I love donuts, that's
Yeah.
how much I hate Boston cream.
Really?
And I think it's a righteous indignation that rises up in me.
Is it Bavarian in root in its nature?
Yes, it is. I'm
You're anti-Bavarian.
I'm a how would they put that?
Barvinist.
I'm a Bavarianist. No, I'm an anti-Bavarian. I don't care for it.
Those darn Bavarians.
So yeah, I don't like
The people,
or
the
Boston.
donuts?
Don't care for Boston either.
Yeah. Hot take.
Park the car. What's up with that?
You like apples?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I kind of do like Bostonians. Anyway, That would make me
Boston's pretty sweet. If you really break it down. I mean,
about it, though.
Boston.
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Larry Bird.
Joe Rogan, I think, is the general Boston area.
Is he?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think there's a lot of guys. Bill Burr.
Bill Burr is from Boston.
Yeah. The master of noise.
Master of Noise at it again. So, yeah, it's donuts, but I'll listen to your list, Giblets.
He has two.
Oh,
He's
okay.
giving you a choice.
Oh, I see. This is an either or.
It's
situation.
an either or situation. I think you choose neither. I think you go sweetless for the rest of your life.
Oh, jeez.
That's how bad it is. Now, for me, it's a hard choice for me because I like both of these things. But the two options that he gives us,
The anticipation is killing me.
I know. I'm trying to build it up.
Yeah, you're a
It's
professional.
not donut. Or Oreo.
No, it's not donut or Oreo. It's Peeps.
Oh,
I love Peeps.
yeah.
Or Twinkies.
Well, if I had to pick one of them,
Twinkie.
I would pick
Go away.
Twinkies
Yeah.
because I don't like Peeps. But I'm not like, whatever. Twinkie is like donut adjacent. So
Yeah,
I suppose I would take Twinkie.
That's the mainstream donut.
Twinkies have a pleasant texture.
Yes. Well,
It's
they're
spongy.
perfectly engineered by scientists in a lab because it's not food. Whatever it is, it's not food.
Hey, look this up.
Look it up.
I want to know if Twinkies is a space-aged snack.
Okay.
Did Twinkies become a thing after we started going to space?
Also, I think Twinkies used to be called Twinkies because there was two of them in a package, and at some point they stopped doing that. I think there's only one in a package.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I don't
so what's
like
up with that?
They're not Twinkies.
Inflation.
They are Twinkies.
I-
How do you
I-
wait, pronounce Twinkies.
Twinkies,
No,
Pronounce it? He just did.
but it says Twinkies.
I know,
Yeah.
but see, TWIN
You don't
spells
pronounce
twin.
Twinkies.
But is it TWINKIES? So is it Twinkies or
Twinkies.
Twink?
Or
Or
wink. The word wink
Twinkies.
is in the middle of it. Twinkie.
So you add a T to wink and then pluralize
Yeah.
it. Twinkies.
Yeah. And I'm an expert. I'm not. I think I've talked about this. I have a problem
Yeah.
with Twinkies.
with
With lots of things.
sugar.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know about addiction. Honestly, I'm not an expert on addiction. Some people brazenly say that addiction doesn't exist.
Oh, it
Who's the
does.
guy that gets in trouble for that? There's a guy, Christopher Hitchens. Is it Christopher Hitchens or the? Yeah, it's Christopher Hitchens is the one that says that. And I saw him in an interview with Matt. What's the guy from Friends?
Matt Damon.
No, Chandler.
Blanc.
Whoever plays Chandler, the guy that died a while ago.
Oh,
He died in a hot tub.
I saw him in an interview with Christopher Hitchens, and Christopher Hitchens like, "There's no such thing as addiction," and he was
He was like the
furious.
poster child for addiction.
Yeah, I know.
too.
He was like, "Are you serious?" You know, he's like, "Well, what's your evidence?" He's like, "My life." He's like, "That's not evidence."
You know what's funny is anytime we bring someone up and you're like, what's that guy's name? And we start talking about it, I get feedback. They're screaming at their
Oh yeah.
phones and stuff. It's the other day we were trying to come up with a name and we couldn't.
Oh sure.
We kicked it around forever.
Do you know
and
what that person was? What the name was?
Wasn't it an SNL person?
Yeah,
Maybe.
it was an SNL person. It was the guy from Portland, the drummer guy.
Fred Armisen.
Yeah, we couldn't think of it. And Boy Blob like texted me. He's like, I'm yelling at my phone because
Fred Armisen.
you guys couldn't
Well,
get it.
anyway, I don't
What's
know
it,
if I'm
Twinkies?
addicted to sugar
Yeah.
or not. Like, I don't know how that. I definitely have an unhealthy relationship with sugar. Like, I'm not eating cookies,
Well-
but Abby will bake cookies, and I'll pick one up and I'll smell it. When I was a kid, Grandma, I remember this specifically. Grandma, who maybe is the genesis of my sugar addiction.
Yeah.
She was the original dealer, right? Grandma, I remember, said, "Oh, Dan, you have a sweet tooth." And I spent the rest of the day trying to find that tooth so I could eat it. I was like, I thought she meant that one of my teeth were sweet. And I was like, which one is it? Because I'm going to lick it. Which now I look back on it and I realize that's because
She was right.
She was right. I didn't understand what the word meant. I thought she said, "Ooh, you have a sweet tooth." I'm like, I do? It's been there the whole time and I could have eaten it. So anyway, I have a real problem.
Do you have an answer?
It was April 6, 1930.
Okay,
Oh, that's
so
pre-space.
pre-space.
Yeah.
Okay.
1930?
Yeah.
I'll bet those original Twinkies rocked.
When was the Great Depression?
The
That's
Great Depression? Also a myth. Didn't happen.
It was a mild depression.
Yeah, it was like barely anxiety.
Sometimes I have a Great Depression.
Yeah. But it's great, so you got to give it that.
I have a Great Depression. Guys, listen. Where's my camera? Right here. I have a Great Depression.
It's better than a bad depression.
It's true. That is true. We
Yeah, but-
should make
yeah,
depressions great
It's
again.
like, I have a great depression. Yeah. We might do that.
Okay, Biden is nailing it, man. He stuck to it.
If he came in with make depressions great again, could be,
He could still pull this around.
We're like, listen, there's going to be a depression.
Listen, if
and everybody's
there's
like,
one-
whoa, hold on. It's going to be great.
What?
He's like, I'm going to be the first president to follow through with my promise.
Yeah.
Make depressions great again. So there you go. There is stuff floating in here. It might be from the bottom of the cup.
That's why I didn't want to drink it.
Sure you don't want to drink it?
No, I'm good.
Who knows what you drank when you did drink it?
Blue milk. So you say Twinkies.
If I had to pick those two, I'm going to say
Easy.
Twinkies.
I love Peeps.
You do love Peeps. That was a standard deal when we would get our Easter candy. You would give me chocolate for
Peeps.
Peeps.
Yeah, because I'm not a huge
Chocolate for tweets.
Give me Tweeps.
Chocolate. Listen,
I'm not a huge chocolate guy.
I'm like a woman when it comes to chocolate. Why do women like chocolate so much? That's like a thing, right?
It's
Women
hormones.
love chocolate.
Yeah.
I love chocolate.
My wife hates chocolate.
What?
She does?
Yeah.
Well,
She
I
likes
don't know if
that.
that's saying something.
I don't know what it's
She
saying.
likes that white chocolate.
White chocolate. How does she feel about white chocolate? Because that's not chocolate.
No, she's like, eh.
Okay.
Okay.
What's your hot take? That would have been the perfect time for bum bum ba boo. All right. So does Giblets have anything else?
Oh, that was his one thing tonight.
Okay.
And then I want to check here really quick. I made a quick little
Speaking of donuts,
thing
Jason,
earlier. Yeah.
do you remember the time when we used to work at a greenhouse?
Yeah.
We did.
It's a great greenhouse.
We were the bottom of the totem pole at the greenhouse. If there was a job that someone didn't want to do, they called us in, and we would do it, whether we liked it or not. And often we didn't. But one day, I was thinking about this story the other day. One day, we're on our way to work, and it was a Saturday morning. And nobody likes – it was like you get called in. Our dad was with us. And you got to work on Saturday. That sucks. So you know what? At least stop and get some donuts.
Yeah.
And some milk,
Yeah.
And we might not like our day, but we're going to start it off with milk and donuts, and that's not so bad, right? It's going to make the day a little bit more enjoyable.
When you're a kid, yes.
Yeah, we were 15, 16 years
At
old.
40, if I started the day off with some donuts and a milk.
That's what Dad was doing.
I know, but I would struggle.
Yeah, me too. And I do. So we're on our way to work,
Yeah.
and we got that size, whatever that is, a quart or a pint or whatever.
Half gallon.
Half gallon.
Half gallon.
Yep.
Half gallon of milk. So we get a half gallon of milk and a box of donuts. And, I think we ate a couple of donuts on the way, and we pulled up. I'll never forget this. It's seared into my memory. We pulled up to the parking spot at the greenhouse. And Jason, you're sitting in the front seat. I'm in the back seat. Dad's in the driver's seat. And you open up the half gallon of milk, and you start to drink it, although you didn't drink it. And Dad says, "Give me that." And he's really angry about it. And he's like, and he ripped it from your hands. He's like, "You're not going to take the first drink. I'm going to take the first drink." And you're like, ugh. And Dad dramatically tips it back, like victoriously, like a Viking that just came back from battle. And then spits out the lumpiest, most rancid milk I've ever seen in my life. And I laughed so hard. It was the perfect series of events. It was hilarious. He deserved it 100% because of the way that he ripped it from you. Do you remember that? No. You don't remember that?
I don't remember that.
Oh, I'll never forget that. That was so funny.
No, but that's a core memory for you.
Oh, it's a core memory. It was like I was watching it happen. Give me that.
When he grabbed it, was he grabbing it in anger or like sarcasm?
It was, it's a fine line.
You met my dad.
The Owings men
Hard to tell.
The Owings men have a foot on each one of those. They
all
straddle,
times.
they straddle the line.
All time.
It's hard to tell the
You
difference.
never know when you're going to tiptoe on the other side.
Yeah. So, it was somewhere there, and he ripped it from you, and you're like, and you would have drank the rancid milk, and he never would have. But he gulped it like
He took
it was
one for the team.
it was hilarious,
What's
and
funny
we
is-
laughed so hard. It was so funny. He was not pleased, and then he had rancid milk everywhere because he spit it out like it was like a comedy movie or something. I mean, all over the dashboard. Just it was horrible. It was so when we poured it out, it came out like tapioca pudding. It was awful.
I could picture myself as a dad with Gideon and
Oh,
Harrison.
you totally would
and
do that.
Doing the exact
You
same
would
thing.
definitely do
Like
that.
if Gideon's in the front seat getting ready to drink, give me that.
you would 1,000% do that. wouldn't you?
1,000%.
Yes.
I'm surprised I haven't already.
Well, now you know.
But I'm gonna sniff it first.
Next time, he never would have drank it like that. It was for dramatic effect.
Well,
it was,
because I was getting ready.
yes,
Yeah.
and he was proving to you, I'm going to take the first
I
drink.
have like a vague memory of that.
Oh, man,
it's
I
not
remember
core
where we
memory.
were parked. I believe we were in that Audi of his. He had that Audi that caught
Yeah.
on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was a push button start. There's no key.
I'll never forget that.
Which is normal now, but man,
Back in the day,
25
you didn't
years
need
ago?
anything. It was a toggle switch and a button. That's how you started.
There was no key.
There's no key. That's what I'm telling you. It was a little like,
somebody had just rigged it up.
yeah, they're hard to.
So
hard.
yeah. Do we have anything else? Should we do the Netflix suggestion?
do
of the week?
Netflix, yeah.
Let's just go ahead. And it's a little early.
I still have a would you rather.
I just looked right into the light.
Netflix, Netflix.
Friend of the show, Jad,
watch these shows
sent in a
with
new song.
us. Netflix, Netflix, or maybe Hulu Plus. Netflix, Netflix, watch these shows with us. Netflix, Netflix, or maybe Hulu Plus.
Jason,
Maybe Amazon Prime.
do you want to do the song
something like
first
that,
or the
like
Netflix
YouTuber.
suggestion of the week?
We don't want to put a box around what
I'll do
you
the song.
watch.
So, friend of the show,
you never
Jad, who's been on
know.
before, once, maybe twice.
He needs to come back.
I'd love to have Jad back. He sent me this this AI generated song, and he was pretty excited about it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Cool.
That's the best of it, just so you know.
Hey, hey, tune in, Jason, and dance the plan. On Lower Road, the waves did right so grand with Jason and Dan, best jocks across the land. Cool vibes through the stereo, beats never bland. They spin the tracks, lay enjoy in your hand. Oh, turn it up, don't miss the show that's so slick.
Careful.
Lauer Road Radio, they got the hits.
Like the first 30 seconds, Dan was trying to grab a bug.
Lauer Road Radio's the sound of the hour. With Jason
This is a 5-minute song?
Feels like it.
Okay, that's it.
All right, that's it. So, Jad said it sounded professional. And I'm not going to say that there's not a professional element of it in the sense that like it's on key and pitch and tune and everything. It's like technically like doesn't have mistakes or anything. The question is, would I like it if I didn't know? Like, what would I think if I didn't? Because I am against AI. Whatever racist against AI is,
Yeah.
like that's what I am.
Yeah.
I'm opposed to. I think
Isn't
we
the
should.
AI in racist?
Oh, you can't spell racist without AI. I would, whoever's running the AI computer, I'd cut that cord tomorrow if
You're
I could.
bodist.
I'm bodist. I'm against
Bots.
I'm not against robots. I'm against artificial intelligence. I
No,
love
listen,
robots.
we need some robots.
I love robots. I've got one of those robot vacuum cleaners. I love robots. But I'm against AI. So Jad was pretty excited about it. There's something about it that's sickening to me. That's like, I don't know. What do you think, Aaron?
It's like a 6-year-old kid cartoon intro.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Checks out.
So anyway, there it is. Thanks, Jed, for sending it. I mean, I don't mean
The
to
intro
trash.
was definitely better than the verse. Or
Yes.
I couldn't even tell where the chorus started.
Dave's song is better than that.
Yes.
Yeah. So
And Dave probably wrote that in 30 seconds.
Dave's a real person, as far as we know.
You know, I have thought this before that AI is to the point now where it can generate anything. Famously, it has already made like a Joe Rogan podcast where he interviews 2 or 3 people, like beginning to end the whole thing. Like it's already punched it out. The content, the everything. Yeah. We're to the point we're a year or 2 away from content being indistinguishable from AI versus organic.
It's come a long way. It really has.
Like even in the last year.
I
Very
hate
quickly.
it. It's terrifying to me.
Well, we need to start calling ourselves an organic podcast or something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know what
certified organic.
We're certified organic.
I don't think AI could make something this bad if they tried.
Yeah, I think you might be right about that. AI couldn't recreate this. You think AI is bringing that sneeze take? They don't got that.
No, they're going to study our show. They're going to know us better than we know us. They're going to come next week with a hiccup take.
Not replicable. Okay. You cannot.
The audience knows this.
They know
The
it.
reason why they tune in is they know
That's why
it's...
they listen, because they know those are real people. They're not funny or entertaining. They're not good looking. They're not educated.
But they are real.
They're not
They
in
are.
shape.
They're real people, because AI could never do that.
Did you know the Kroger's on the south side of town
Kroger, there's no S. Yes.
have more fat and ugly people than any other store in Marion?
Kroger?
Yeah.
Prove it.
More than Walmart?
It's really bad.
I disagree.
Do you go to the other Kroger? Which Kroger do you go to?
I go, well, this is debatable. I prefer the one by the mall.
That's the one with the fat, ugly people.
Is that because there's a bunch of mirrors there?
No, I'm serious. It was really, really bad. I haven't been in there in a long
it's
time.
a small sample size. You just went there on the wrong time. Walmart beats it. Come on, man. Walmart.
You ever seen the people going in to save a lot?
Don't get me started at Aldi's.
Big Lots right beside the Goodwill. It's
Yeah.
special breed.
Don't call it Big Lots for nothing.
What store has the fattest, ugliest people that shop at it?
Oh, Big Lots
Walmart.
for sure.
I think it's Walmart.
I think it's Walmart.
I think Big Lots might be more than Walmart.
Also, fattest, ugliest.
Not to mention, Big Lots
I
has
don't
those
know.
comfy couches you can come sit on before you shop.
I do
Mid-nap.
like that.
And then you talk about if you can afford it or not.
Sometimes I get stuck there.
Erica, I'll be here when you get
I just got
done.
to check this out.
Dan, we already have a couch.
Do you think we could
I know.
finance this for 6 months?
It's only $49 a week for 6 months. My Netflix suggestion of the week
Mm-hmm.
is called 3 Body Problem.
Oh, finally.
Finally.
I've
I wrote
not
it
watched
down
it.
many, many weeks ago.
What's the premise, Jason?
Honestly, I can't really remember.
Okay.
But somehow there is a... Honestly, I don't remember. It was really good,
Great.
though.
Awesome. You don't know anything about it? Is it fictional? Is it a true story?
It's not a true story.
Is it a documentary?
It's not a documentary.
It's
fiction.
it's fiction.
It's sci-fi.
Is it in the future?
More than right now.
Is it
Yeah.
in space?
could
Is
be like
space
a week
involved?
from now.
Are there
Yeah.
aliens?
So there's like...
Are there monsters?
They got to try to figure out... There's a 3-body problem they got to figure out.
There's
because
3 dead bodies somewhere, and they got to figure out why they're
There's
there.
3 planetary things. There's like 2 planets and a sun or something like
Where?
that. Listen, I don't really remember.
Oh my goodness! This
Why
is
don't we just move past this?
This is
one?
the worst Netflix suggestion I've ever heard in my
3
life.
Body Problem. It's on Netflix.
Uh-huh.
It's got some attractive people in it.
Yeah, that to me, when I turn on one of these sci-fi shows and everybody looks like they just came out of a Ralph Lauren calendar or something like that. Calendar? Just make Ralph Lauren make a calendar. Preston, look that up. Ralph Lauren. I meant to say magazine. I didn't say magazine. It's a catalog.
No, but it's not CW attractive. It's not like...
Oh, those are the worst.
those are the worst. No, this is just like...
Like
it's-
everybody liked that 100 show. Remember that?
Yeah.
And it's like, no, these are all good-looking people. Good-looking. You know, I'm on record.
Yeah.
Good-looking people,
They don't get sick.
but they sneeze a lot. No. Good-looking people. I don't want to read your books. I don't want to listen to your music.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're not great at acting. The better looking you are, the worse actor you are. Period.
Except if you're...
Brad Clooney. I don't know. Who?
I don't know. Just I don't watch like.
I just
modern
think it's
movies
like
at
I
all.
think sometimes good-looking people, like let's say Brad Pitt, for example. I think he's just so confident because
Right.
he's Brad Pitt that it works, but it doesn't mean he's a good actor. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I mean, a lot of those people started when they were young, like before people really knew they were good looking.
Sure, and then they grow into their looks.
Yeah.
Like
Men-
Paul Rudd. He was like the world's sexiest man a couple years ago on People
Yeah,
magazine.
and he started off like a doofus.
And he was. And he is still a doofus. He just has more money. And so he can, his hair and stuff is better. I don't know.
Got a stylist,
Maybe got a nose job.
publicist.
What's your Netflix suggestion of the week?
Well, Jason, that's the problem. I don't really have one.
I've got one.
All right. Aaron, what's yours?
I watched a movie actually. and
Whoa.
it holds up still.
Oh, never-ending story.
Aladdin.
Oh,
Oh.
I haven't
the cartoon.
Oh yeah, the original. I haven't seen it since I was like 8. I remember the song.
Prince Ali, mighty is he.
I had completely forgot like all of the songs in that movie. Other
I
than
got
A Whole
sand
New
in
World.
places I didn't know I had.
But somehow I still
The great
remember the
Gilbert
name
Gottfried.
Diego, and then it's like, oh, that's Gilbert Godfrey.
Rest in peace.
And then
What?
Is he dead?
I don't know. I don't think so.
He feels dead.
my
He's
son
dead
was
to me.
asking if the genie was a bad guy.
Oh, well.
It kind of is.
Honestly, it holds up. It's a good movie. Aladdin.
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams.
He's
Yeah.
Most
dead
people.
too.
Oh no, Gilbert Gottfried
Not a Jew.
died 2 years ago.
I thought he was no longer
Did COVID
with
take
us.
him out?
He probably got the
Look that
shot.
far into it.
This COVID is killing me.
I'll bet he had some good bits on COVID. Don't you think?
There was a thing with him where he read bits from 50 Shades of Grey when it came out.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
I
You
am
haven't
not
heard
the
it unless
biggest.
You've heard it from Gilbert Godfrey.
I'm not the biggest Gilbert Godfrey fan. I'm not going to lie. He was perfect as the
Diego
parrot.
the bird. In,
Diago or
that was a
Diego?
good role for him. But yeah, that's funny. So James wanted to know if he was a bad guy. Here's a funny story. Ready for this?
Yeah.
We're watching the Marion Popcorn Festival parade one year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, I remember this.
And we're outside. Aaron and Riley and the kids are there. James is there. And James is obsessed with good guys and bad guys because he likes Spider-Man. And so, like, there's Spider-Man, the Hulk, and but he knows, like, Venom's a bad guy.
Yeah.
So you can ask him, is that a good guy or bad guy? And he's, like, obsessed. He wants to know who are the good guys and who are the bad guys. And anyway, he's watching the parade go by. And all of a sudden, the local chapter of LGBTQ is coming through, and they have a big float, and in the middle of it is a good old-fashioned, like,
Tranny.
tranny, like queen.
Drag queen.
Drag queen. Yeah, there's the
Yeah,
word I'm
yeah,
looking
yeah.
for. Like a real,
Big hair.
like
crazy eye
real drag
makeup.
queen. And he goes, Mom, is that a bad guy?
He was like 2.5.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mom's that
Yes,
a bad guy? Yes, James. He's a bad guy. He's not good at being a guy. He's trying to be a girl. So that I lost it when he did that. It was just like, and he was kind of like backing up. So anyway, Aladdin.
Aladdin. Checks out.
Whole new world. Don't you dare close your eyes. I'll take you. Preston, do you have a suggestion?
No. I haven't
No.
been watching anything.
Animation, nerdy.
Anime Demon Slayer comes out next month. Okay, mark your calendars.
True. I,
Okay.
Nobody cares about that.
been watching.
Stella, do you care about that? Yeah,
She does.
I mean, I
Demon
care about
Slayer. Is that even possible? Demons are already dead, aren't they?
Well, you could double slay them.
Aren't demons dead people that were bad?
But if
isn't
they're-
that what demons are? They're
But
like
if they're on the earth,
Hitler.
you
It's a
kill them
demon.
to hell.
You
Dang you to heck.
We're gonna send you to the bad place.
yeah, well, that's where they're
But-
from, though. It's like
Yeah, but
sending
if they
them
get
home.
released to Earth,
Oh, they like
you
it
got to
here.
send them back.
They're like, ooh, yay, I'm out. Yeah,
In your perfect world, do vampires sparkle?
yeah.
Like in the sunlight?
Yeah.
No, no, they burn.
Do you believe in vampires?
Yes.
Friend of the show, but he's never listened before. Nate, I ran into him today. You know,
I
Nate.
love it. that
What?
we have a lot of friends of the show.
Yeah.
And very few, if none of them, ever.
Well, when I say friend of the
listen.
show, I mean they
There's
know
like
us.
5 people in our community that
and they're
actually watch.
Yeah, I don't know. They're rooting for us. I think maybe
Most of
maybe
our
not.
well,
Doesn't
why
really
are most
matter.
of our viewers in Thailand? Like,
a lot of the Thai.
The Thai like us.
The Thai like us. They like us, and I like their food.
We have a large.
Even when they
Listen,
put
I was
cat in
looking at the Spotify numbers.
Uh-huh.
We have a pocket of people that listen in Detroit. That's the one that freaks me out. Of all the places, like there's a lot of places, like just normal places. Whatever.
Isn't
Detroit's like
isn't
not?
friend of the show from Detroit?
Who?
What's his name? The comedian?
Oh yeah. He's from. Maybe he's doing it.
Maybe it's
he
his-
doesn't live there anymore. Though.
But maybe it's friends and family that just
Yeah,
like
maybe.
follow him, and then they're like, "Hey, I
But
like
we
these
have a
guys."
chunk of people from Detroit, and it's freaking me out because I
Chunk
don't
of-
think
that's what you call a group of people from Detroit.
Detroitians.
A chunk?
It's a chunk.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's like a gaggle of like Idaho is like a gaggle of people from
a
Idaho.
murder of crows.
It's like a murder of New York people.
Yeah.
We could
and
call-
it's a
we could
chunk
call it-
of Detroitians.
We
Chunk
could
of
call a
Detroit.
bunch of people from Detroit a murder of Detroit.
Yeah, it's a well, maybe it
Yeah,
is a murder.
Chicago and L.A. And
So anyway, as I was saying,
yeah. Before I rudely interrupted.
When you eat an Oreo, do you one bite it or do you open it and remove the?
I like
filling?
doing all of the things.
I'm
like
just
I
asking.
won't.
I'm
I won't-
inquiring.
I know, but I won't eat 2 in a row the same. I'll peel it off for one, but then I'll pop the whole thing for another one. But then I'll eat half, and then the other half, and then I'll peel it and do half. Then sometimes I'll lick the cream.
Do you ever just use your teeth to like scrape
Oh
it
yeah,
off?
I love
like,
that.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty good.
do you ever like 5 in a row compile
Yeah.
the cream?
Like a quadruple stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you have to take it off without damaging the cream.
Yeah, if you can get the whole thing
You just
off.
have to like twist it slowly.
Yes. Come on.
Seems
Let's
like-
go.
When did that start? by
I
the
don't know.
way?
I hate Let's Go.
I know.
I hate it.
I've been watching. Oh, I got a Netflix suggestion of the week.
Let's go.
It's Bryson DeChambeau's YouTube channel.
No cap.
Do you know who Bryson DeChambeau
He's
is?
dripping.
Bryson DeChambeau is a golfer.
Yeah.
His YouTube channel,
Yeah.
and he does some interesting things on it. He hits the ball a mile. He's like one of the longest drivers, maybe the longest on tour.
Is he buff?
He's pretty buff, yeah. And he'll do these interesting golf things where like him and Sergio Garcia did a scramble together to see if they could break 50, and get
yeah.
23 under par over
Okay.
18 holes
Yeah.
in a scramble. And so it's interesting. So but the one thing I don't like about it is whenever they get like in order to do that, they have to get at least like 5 eagles or something like that.
Yeah.
Whenever they do that, he's always like, "Yeah, let's go. And I'm
Yeah.
like, nah, I don't love that.
Yeah.
So, but that's my Netflix
Not a-
suggestion of the week.
Is the
Bryson
golf thing.
DeChambeau's golfing YouTube channel, if
Yeah.
you like that sort of thing.
Have you watched Man Tracker? Did you watch it?
No, but I looked it
really
up
good.
the other day,
Yeah.
and I just didn't watch it.
Have you guys ever suggested Naked and Afraid?
I don't know, but I actually like Naked and Afraid.
It's a good show.
Yeah.
When Levi was, I think, 3 years old, he was watching the Discovery Channel with his great grandma, and a commercial for Naked and Afraid came on, and she was kind of like, "Oh, And he goes, "I don't like that, Grandma. I don't like that." She's like, "Yeah, I know." He's like, "Because you should never be afraid."
Not You Should Never Be Naked.
yeah. It was pretty funny. All right, I was going to talk about.
I have a Would You Rather.
I had a real hot take on demons, which is ironic because
Demon Slayer.
hot take,
Oh,
they're
okay.
pretty warm.
Yeah.
I think an ice demon is scarier though. Somehow.
Don't
Frost
they say
demon?
that? Don't they say that like when they're around, it's supposed to be cold?
No, that's just regular
Or is that
ghosts.
just ghosts?
Yeah, that's not demons.
Well, some would argue that they're the same.
They're not.
Some.
But
But they're not.
Are we talking Casper ghost or are we talking like
Poltergeist?
I think
Poltergeist?
I think there are some ghosts. Oh, Nate, friend of the show, I'm back.
But he's not. He doesn't listen.
No.
He's
does not
not
Listen,
friend of
the
the show.
movie Poltergeist is rated PG.
Okay.
Have you seen Poltergeist?
PG for poltergeist. Nate,
Not PG-13.
not a listener, but a friend of the show.
Nate.
I ran into him at Lowe's today.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Run into him at Lowe's today. And Nate and I have known each other now for, it's coming up on 10 years. That
Talking
we've-
friend of the show, Nate.
friend of the show, Nate.
Okay. Yeah.
He comes up to me and I'm talking to him and he puts his hand on my shoulder, like gets real serious. He's like, "I got to ask you a question. I need to know what you think about something." I was like, "Okay." He goes, "Round earth or flat earth?" And I was like, "Well, if you're making me pick, I'm going to take round earth,
Yeah.
And he goes, "Honestly, until like 2 days ago, I'd have said around. But he's like, I was on the internet for like 3 hours this morning. It makes a lot of sense. And I was like, yeah, I mean, it does. And I was like, talk to my brother about it. I said, he's like, well, I don't know if that changed his mind, knowing that you were for it. I don't know. But it was pretty funny. It was, you can go down some rabbit holes.
And I have been down rabbit holes.
And you're 50-50 on the flat earth.
Yeah, I think 50-50-50. Flat, round, hollow.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I like hollow. Hollow seems like fun to me.
Yeah, hollow's fun.
I got no problem with hollow.
The moon's hollow.
Yeah.
I think proven.
Yeah. Proven.
Yeah.
Irrefutable.
It's
like a cheap Easter bunny.
irrefutable.
Is there anything worse than opening up an Easter bunny and finding out that it's hollow
versus a solid bunny?
Oh, jeez.
It's the worst.
I throw it back.
Cheap.
Cheap hollow
I'll
bunny.
throw it right back in the face of whoever gave it to me.
hollow bunny back to the store.
I swear.
Grandma, if you ever get me this again.
I swear.
Grandma, I told you solid bunnies only.
Yeah. That's,
And I wanted the blue peeps, not the yellow.
Grandma, I like the blue peeps.
Mount Rushmore of Easter candy, real quick.
Robin eggs, jelly beans.
I don't know about robin eggs. Definitely jelly beans. Definitely Easter bunny.
Cadbury eggs.
Definitely Peeps. And
Cadbury eggs.
Whoppers.
No,
Reese's eggs?
No, not Reese's eggs.
You're wrong.
Wait,
You're
wait,
wrong.
wait.
Wrong.
No, not.
Well,
No,
Peeps
it's not
considered
what
Cadbury
candy?
eggs.
It's not what
Is
you.
Peeps considered candy?
Yes. It's not what you like more. I prefer those too over Cadbury eggs. But Cadbury eggs are.
Have you ever set out Easter stockings?
Sure.
Easter candy.
Yeah. It's like. I'm at that point right now of the time of the year. I'm like, is it too early to take down my Easter tree?
Yeah.
Or should I leave it up a little bit longer?
Because we're almost there.
Or, I mean,
It's going to come right back around.
So, all right, this is Dan signing off for Jason, reminding you to always keep your stick on the ice and never wear the blue sweats.
Sit, Bubba, sit. Good dog.
I have spoken. It's the master of noise right there.
He was so excited.
I was like, what could he be possibly playing?